Welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm Miles Vance. Last year, Avelo Airlines began operating at Lakeland Linder International Airport, and the new partnership has brought new opportunities in economic development for the county. In the first 6 months of operation, more than 46,000 passengers flew Avelo in or out of Lakeland, and the airline's partnership has brought almost 100 new jobs to the area. Here to discuss how the airline fits into the county's vision for economic growth is County Commissioner and Vice Chair Dr. Martha Santiago. Commissioner Santiago, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Miles. I'm glad to be back here with you.
Well, thank you so much for giving us your time today. And I just want to start by, if you could give us a sort of a bird's eye view of how this partnership ties into your economic vision for the county.
Well, and I must say, in 2018 when I was elected, and again in 2022, one of my platforms was economic development for two reasons. One is because we need jobs for people to work in here. And two is because we want to bring businesses here that would help. Small businesses are important, but so also are the big organizations. And so my goal and my mission back then, now this is my 7th year in County Commission, is to make sure that our county has jobs for the people to work in. We don't want them to go outside of Polk County. We want them to stay here. So Avelo has been instrumental in that, and I'm excited to be here discussing that with you to let you know how it has impacted us.
Absolutely, and you mentioned something there that I think is so important and such an important part of what the Commission is trying to do, and that's keeping people in the county. And that's not just with jobs, it's also with the tourists that are coming through and coming to Lakeland Airport. We mentioned 46,000 passengers coming in and out of Lakeland. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of opportunity for local businesses. So talk about what you and the Commission are doing to sort of encourage those people to stay within the county and keep those tax dollars within Polk.
Well, in this case with Avelo, it's like you say, we want them to grow in the area because with 46,000 people that have been coming up, and I think it's approximately 372 flights that have taken place, and it's not even a year yet that we've done this. So this has impacted a lot of things. For example, tourism, you said, is real important. So having people come here and enjoying all that Polk County has for us. Legoland, and they have other, I mentioned Legoland because it's a big attraction for it, but other things, culinary, just the Tigers playing, baseball. I mean, there's just so many wonderful things, Bonnet Springs Park. So having people come here is very important, and that's what Avelo has done with their flights to bring people here. Look, it affects restaurants. People have to eat, okay? So they go out and restaurants are important. It affects hotels. People need to stay, and that's basically how we generate our funds through the bed tax. It affects retail because people, well, they're like me, we like to buy stuff. So, and it affects a whole bunch of other things that I'm just so excited. Keep the jobs here. It has created jobs, and that's what's important.
Absolutely, and you're right. It's not just those private businesses that are benefiting. It's the public sector that is, being enriched by the tax dollars, by the bed tax, by the sales tax. All these things. It all feeds together. It all plays together, and it's just a win-win for everybody involved.
Right, yeah. And you mentioned the sales tax, and that's one thing that I left out because every time somebody buys something, there's a tax, and we get to benefit from that. But when we look at the 91 job created, some of them are high skill jobs, and some of them are entry jobs, and some of them are middle level. It could be at the airport, it could be with Avelo, it could be with the federal, with the TSA. I mean, it could be multiple things in there. But I'm glad that we have those opportunities. And what I look forward to in the future is the expansion. When we talk about expansion, it's going to grow. I mean, it is going to grow with the astronomical numbers of people that are flying in and out. It's going to grow. So that's going to create even more jobs with the construction and hiring our own people. Because that's one of the things that I really like to stress is when these companies hire our own people to move forward in their plans.
Absolutely, and I love what you mentioned. It's not just the pilots and the people who are sort of high up. It's every level of education, every level of background, every level of skill. I think there's 20 pilots, but that means there's 71 other people who are working to make that happen.
Absolutely.
And it's not just the people who are directly employed by Avelo who benefit, it's everybody in the community.
It's everybody in the community, and that's the important thing. In fact, I was just there Sunday at the airport, Alinda Airport, because the new restaurant opened up. So I think the name of it is Sora. And so I wanted to see it. And it was a soft opening, okay? But this was really funny because they planned for a softer opening for a couple of people to come in. And then because of the weather, one of the flights was delayed. So guess where all those people ended up? In the restaurant. And of course, there's another way that they have created money for our county. They have employees. I mean, it was go, go, go. It's a great restaurant. It's going to be great for the people that fly. It's going to be great for the community in the area that it serves. And I suggest everybody go and visit there, because it's not just for those that are traveling, it's for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. And so what are some other things that you and the commission are working on to sort of encourage more partnerships like this and to get big business and little business involved in the area?
Well, we work a lot with the EDCs in our area, Central Florida Economic Development, with the Lakeland Economic Development, Winter Haven, Haines City, with all of them. And they keep us abreast of what some possibilities are. We had the tax valorum, the tax breaks for them, so they can entice the companies to come here. The more the better, because our population is growing, it's going to continue to grow. And we want to make sure, again, I want to make sure as a commissioner that we have jobs for our people. A lot of the organizations that are coming in are also versed in technology. So we want to make sure that attracts the younger generation so that they can come and stay here, live and play and work here.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And just changing gears a little bit, I know that you have actually flown on an Avelo flight, and you flew to San Juan. And obviously we have a large Hispanic population here in Polk County, a large Puerto Rican population here in Polk County. What does it mean to have that connection back to Puerto Rico for so many of our residents?
Oh, you wouldn't even know. First of all, not having to travel to Orlando and Tampa, that is just a big break right there. The mere fact that it's very economic, affordable, air flight, straight from Lakeland. In fact, I took the inaugural flight, and it was great to be here in less than 30 minutes and be home in another 30 whatever minutes. That in itself is wonderful. I went, it was great, and visit Central Florida. I was working really hard with the tourist company in Puerto Rico so that we can have, they can advertise our flights coming over here. And from what I've heard, that's the best flight that they have, so that speaks volume with it. It was wonderful, it's great.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I myself flew out of Tampa this past weekend, went to New York, and I couldn't tell you the headache of just sitting on I-4 and paying $60 to park for 2 nights, and having that close option to get to a wide variety of different places. It's really something that everybody in Polk County benefits.
It makes a difference for Polk County, and not only us going out, but for people to come in here and enjoy what we have to do. Yeah, I've flown now to San Juan, to Charlotte. I've flown to, there was another one I've flown, I don't remember, but I'll be going to Nashville because that's a new flight that they have. I'll be going again to Puerto Rico in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, we're just enjoying Avelo. That's the enjoyment part, but then the part that really interests me is the economic impact that they're having in Polk County, and that's really, really important to me.
Wonderful. Well, closing out, just hit those big bullet points again one more time for me. Let us know, what is the big economic vision that the commission has, and how does Avelo play into that, and how do Polk County residents benefit from that?
Well, the biggest for me, and I'm sure for the other commissioners, is to make sure that we have businesses here in Polk County that would not only serve the needs of Polk County, but that our people will have jobs and would stay in Polk County, like I said before, to live, to work, and to play. So we will continue to do that. I will continue to strive for that with Avelo and with other companies, because the more we bring businesses here, the better it's going to be for our people. We'll meet the needs of our growing population, and we'll prosper as a county.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, and thank you for joining us on this episode of the Commissioner's Report. We'll see you next time.